Thanks for checking out our podcast. My name is John, and my wife Jenn is sitting next to me pouring wine, getting ready for the show to begin.
Glug, glug, glug.
Stag's Leap. This is
I know.
like, when did our podcast reach a budget of Stag's Leap?
Well, this is birthday wine.
Yeah.
Leftover birthday wine.
It's quite the gift, too.
I know.
Napa Valley. It's a cab. It's amazing.
It is so good.
We will enjoy for the next 20 minutes. So if this is the first podcast you've ever listened to of ours, we pour a glass of wine and we talk about our travels.
There you go.
It's that simple, and we've in the past talked everything from cruises to Nashville to Disney World, and today we're talking about Belize.
Belize or die.
Wait, is that a thing?
I just know the stories that we're going to tell. Instead of Belize or bust, I'm going Belize or die.
We almost maybe kind of.
Listen to the whole podcast to find out.
I don't think we almost died. I think you're exaggerating.
Okay.
All right. We're going to tell you everything about our upcoming adventure to Belize. But first, we have our first sponsor.
Yay.
We did it.
We did it.
We're a successful podcast. I mean, we're losing money hand over feet, but it's like the idea. We're almost a successful podcast. No, big thank you to Sheila Mack. Sheila Mack has a self-help book, and I'm a big fan of self-help books.
Yes, you are.
I need a lot of help.
You do.
Wine doesn't do it enough for me. It actually brings me down. So a self-help book then picks me back up. And Sheila Mack has a book called Bootstraps and Bra Straps. It's the formula to go from rock bottom and back into action in any situation. So really, it's a resource for those who need guidance and assistance to take their lives back into their own hands. So boots is a formula. The B is being.
Okay.
The O is orientation. Then there's another O after that when you spell boots, and that would be order of operations.
Okay.
The T is thinking.
Got it.
And then the S is stepping up, which is also, one of my favorite movies. So,
Yes.
Between that's how you apply the boots formula. And Sheila can help those who are experiencing financial turmoil.
Who's not?
Career shifts. Hey. Relationship problems. Quiet. Grieving a loss, parenting adult children, caring for elders, victim of abuse, desiring addiction recovery, and seeking lifestyle redesign. It's all,
literally everybody should read this.
Listen, you're fractured. You're having a hard time in life. You are. I know that. You know why? Because you're listening to this podcast. Sheila can help you. She can pick you up and fix you with bootstraps and bra straps. And her website is SheilaMack.com. All right. On with our trip to Belize.
Belize.
Did you want to go to Belize?
You know what? It never was like on my top places.
Yeah.
But then when we found out that we were going, I was very excited.
So this was for my mom's 50th birthday. We all decided to go out to Belize to celebrate.
Yes.
You at the time were 6 months pregnant.
Yep.
With our first son.
Yep.
So this was a few years ago, 9 years ago to be exact.
Ugh.
And we just knew that there was some place called the Great Blue Hole that people like to snorkel.
Yes.
Like that's when I think of Belize, that's the only thing I know about.
Yeah.
And we aren't really that. We're snorkelers in the sense that if we go to like Hawaii, we'll stick our head in the water.
Yeah, we're like fair weather snorkelers.
Yes, exactly. Give me a raft. I'll put my head in for a second.
Yes. Maybe a floaty.
Yeah. And then I'm back on the beach having a cocktail.
Yes.
So,
but we don't dive.
No.
We're not divers.
No, we're not. So we flew to Belize City, and it turns out there's Belize City, and then there's like these islands?
Yes.
Keys?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know.
Whatever they are.
Yeah.
And so they're separate.
Yes.
So we flew into Belize City, and we stayed at some random hotel, and I looked back everywhere to try to figure out which hotel it was. Mm-hmm. But that's okay, because I wouldn't recommend it anyways.
No, it was also a casino. We got in kind of late. Dark. It was dark outside. And it was a casino. I want to say, was it the Princess?
Maybe.
It was a casino hotel.
Mm-hmm. And they locked you in. It's always weird when they're like, do not go outside. Like every single person you'd meet, he'd be like, can I carry your bags? Also, please don't leave the premise.
Yes.
And so like everything was locked. There were armed guards at the perimeter. And I feel like after they showed us to the room, they locked us in our room as well.
Right?
It was that intense.
Yeah. Room wasn't great.
No. But what do you expect from a place that locked you inside and said, please don't leave?
Yep. Well, and we stayed there because we were we needed to catch a boat the
Right.
next day.
Yeah.
And there was no boats that late.
So that's why we did it. And you might have to do the same thing. You might have to go to Belize City, if
Yes.
you arrive late, stay the night somewhere, and then the next morning they have these boat shuttles that'll take you to more like what you think of with Belize. So like San Pedro, which is where we actually stayed.
Yeah.
Which is Ambergris Caye. Mm-hmm. I think I said that right.
I'm not even going to try
I'm
to
going to
say
just
it.
slur through it so it sounds like I know how to pronounce it. But that's like when you see photos of Belize, that's where people are.
Right.
It's not Belize City.
Yeah, because when we first landed, I was highly disappointed.
Yeah.
I was like, your
wait.
mom took us to a third world country.
I know. It turns out that we had to just do one more trip to get to the islands. So we get in the shuttle to go to like a bus shuttle. It's more like a SUV to get to where the boats are. That we could take the hour and a half
taxi.
journey.
We took the taxi to the
and the
port.
driver decided instead of going just the normal way, he knew a fast way, a shortcut.
Yes.
And he took us down this alley.
Sketch alley.
Think of like the alley in the movie that you're like, oh yeah, those people are going to die. That's what we were on.
It looked like we were in the heart of like the worst parts of East LA.
Yeah.
Like there was graffiti everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
We got to see a whole nother side of Belize City.
Yes.
And we're like, oh, this is why we weren't allowed to go out at
We're like,
night.
okay, this is fine.
We're in a car. It's going to be fine. Mm-hmm. Well, at some point, and this is kind of graphic, so I'm going to warn you with that. So you might want to push the 30 skip if you're afraid to hear it. But our taxi ran over a dog.
Yes. A little dog.
A little puppy.
Yep.
And there's dogs everywhere.
Everywhere.
And then someone out of nowhere jumped in front of the taxi, so he stopped. And the next thing you know, there was a gang,
Belizean thugs,
surrounding our taxi cab, and we could see the boat shuttle.
Yes,
Just
the
in
port. The port.
200 yards.
Yes.
But we're in this alley surrounded by a gang, and now they have picked up the poor dead puppy.
Yeah.
And they're smacking the window.
Yes.
And I'm with my mom's, I'm with my pregnant wife, and my sister.
Yep. And this is the first time we almost died in Belize.
Finally, the guy, I think he was getting worried because they started grabbing baseball bats.
Yes.
And he just floored it.
And we were yelling at him. We're like, go, go, go.
And we floored it out of the alley. He did like a screeching halt next to the port.
And we just got out.
Yeah.
Did we pay him? I mean, I don't even know.
We were shaking.
It was traumatic.
Yeah, because I'm like, wow. I don't know which one of you I had to throw out of the car first to save my own life in the alleyway. So I'm glad he just started going. So we hopped on this boat shuttle.
Well, there's two ways to get to these islands.
You're right.
There's two ways to get to the islands.
Yeah.
You can either take these boat shuttles or you can take a plane.
Looking back,
Yes.
do you wish we would have taken a plane?
Yes.
Even though these planes are tiny little Cessnas.
I know.
They
don't
fly
know.
constantly, though, to San Pedro and then back to Belize City. Just
I don't think they're being looked at.
No. No, they're not. At all.
If I wasn't in the state that I was in,
6 months pregnant.
yes, I think that I would have been more comfortable on the boat.
It's a 90-minute boat ride.
Yes.
And we try to put you in a comfortable spot, which was next to the engine fumes to really just
sucking in the fumes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was choppy.
Yep.
And
it's crowded.
Oh, yeah.
There was because it's locals that are on it as well as tourists. And it's crowded.
The one we were on, more locals than tourists.
Yes.
And it stops constantly at all these ports.
Yeah.
So it took about 90 minutes. I looked it up to get from where we were in Belize City to San Pedro and Ambergris Caye.
Yes.
So it is what it is.
Yep.
It was not great. It actually triggered Braxton Hicks for you.
Yeah, yes.
So you started having these contractions, which was kind of scary for us because now we're on this island.
Yes. I'm sure the traumatic dog experience did not help that whole situation.
That's true. Now, I do want to tell you about it's Ambergris Caye, I think. But the whole idea is it's beautiful. It's a 25-mile long island. It's northern Belize. And this is where snorkeling and diving.
This is where you want to go.
This is it. Yeah. You either take the plane there or you take the shuttle there, but this is where you're going to end
Probably
up.
take the plane.
Take the plane.
Take the risk. Take the plane.
And it's, packed with resorts.
Yes.
Good resorts, bad resorts, hostels,
yes,
restaurants, bars everywhere. You can rent bikes. You can rent golf carts. You can rent scooters. Like, there's a snorkeling shop. You don't need anything. You can show up and you can get everything here. And there's a lot of people who like used to live in the States or somewhere else who have like moved here to run a dive shop. Or a bar.
A bar, yeah.
A lot of Americans who now just own bars in Belize.
And they just dive.
Yeah.
Like that one guy, he owned a bar and he just like randomly closed whenever he knew it was going to be a good day to dive.
Yeah.
There's just a sign outside of his bar.
That's island time for you.
Right?
Yeah. The best time to go to this area of Belize is from November through April.
Which is when we went. We went in November.
The weather was perfect.
It was perfect.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is like when you get there, a beautiful island.
Yes.
Like tropical paradise. The Great Blue Hole, of course, is the place I mentioned, one of the best diving sites in the world that we did not go to.
I know.
Because
I wanted to go, but
it's far.
When we started looking into it, it's really far. And unless you're diving, it didn't sound like snorkeling.
No, they're like, you can
snorkel, but it's to dive.
Yeah.
It would have been, you know what would have been really cool? Is taking like a helicopter to fly over it to like see it.
You didn't want to get on one of the planes. What made you think you were going to get on one of those helicopters?
You're right.
All right, go ahead and tell the next story of how we almost died, because there's so many.
I know. Okay, gosh, which one should I do? The one where your mom met some strangers on the beach?
Yeah.
So the first time your mom met some strangers on the beach, yes, there are multiple times.
Yes.
The first time she met two strange men on the beach as she was taking her morning walk. And the men were like, hey, let us take you and your family to another resort.
Yeah, let us buy you lunch at another resort.
Yeah.
You've only seen this part of the island? Oh, hop on our boat.
Yes.
We'll drive you somewhere.
And, oh my gosh. So she comes and tells us at breakfast that we're all going to be doing this.
This is a family activity.
I'm looking at John and I'm like, there's no freaking way I'm getting on a boat with two strange men after especially what just happened to us in Belize City.
Yeah, in Dog Alley.
But John, for whatever reason, is like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
So really, I blame myself on this one as much as my mom for I can't believe we got on this rando's boat.
Yes.
It was like this.
They showed up.
Yeah.
They showed up. We got on their boat.
Yeah.
We got on their boat.
Went out in the ocean.
Went out into the ocean.
To another island.
Almost died, number 2.
They took us to a timeshare.
It
turned out it was just one big timeshare thing. And then now we're stuck at this resort. Which
very
was
nice.
It was,
It was like being newly constructed. I'm sure it's done now.
Yeah, and they gave us a tour. So this was how we experienced Belize. We had a timeshare tour.
Yes.
And I don't think we got lunch.
We got drinks?
I think they gave us a drink, and that was it.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't drink.
No.
But
No, wink.
I didn't drink.
Yeah. And we were safe. See? We survived it. And
I don't know
they drove
how.
the boat back. But I will tell you, they knew what resort we were staying at. They came by the rest of the trip to see if we wanted to buy a timeshare.
Yes.
Daily.
Yeah.
So, and they were all always looking for my mom, who was like someone running from creditors would always hide when she saw them. So.
Yep.
All right. The next time we almost died.
The next time we almost died, your mom actually sought out a random person.
Yes.
She found a young Belizean man with a boat that she just happened to see outside of our resort and was like, hi, can I pay you money so you can take us out on your boat? And he was like, sure. And she just threw out some, I don't even know how much she gave him. I don't know if she gave him like $100, $200.
Knowing my mom, 50.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But he was very excited about it.
Yeah.
That he had never done this before. And he went and like got a cooler with some beers because he's like, okay, I think this is what I need to do. I mean, seriously, he was young.
Yeah, it's just
and he
some
had this
kid
little
with a boat.
And so she's like, okay, we're all going to get on this kid's boat. I'm like, again, we're getting on strangers' boats in a place that I don't feel oh my gosh.
Now, hindsight. Best.
That was like the best.
It was
trip.
awesome.
Like the best little
of the
excursion.
This kid knew all the cool places.
He showed
us.
us.
So awesome to talk to.
Yes.
It was a lot of fun. I think he brought someone too because he didn't know.
Yeah, he
He's
probably
like,
thought.
I don't know. Some strange woman threw money at me, so can someone give me protection? But he took us to like the Whole Chan Marine Reserve, which is this place where nurse sharks are, and it is shallow there, and it's crowded with divers and like snorkelers.
Yeah.
But like in that area of the reserve, there's like a mangrove forest. And
Yeah.
you can only get to this stuff by boat.
Yeah.
And there's charters everywhere. But we had like this private tour from a guy who did this every day.
And he even showed us like local stuff, you know, like, oh, like I live over here.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of cool to get like a real local's perspective.
Shark Ray Alley, that's where we actually jumped in and swam with the nurse sharks. And they're friendly. They're bottom feeders, but they look scary.
Yes, they do.
And I just remember I'm like at the bottom of the ocean floor looking at this eel that's swimming around. And I look up to see my 6-month pregnant wife, belly and all, swimming with sharks.
Yep.
And I'm like, what am I doing?
Right?
How dumb am I?
Yeah.
But it was like such a surreal experience.
Yes.
I definitely, if you go, you got to go to Shark Ray Alley. Again, it's part of the Hol Chan Marine Reserve. That's like the place
that was really
outside
cool
of-
to do.
Yeah. He took us to this beach that he said was a locals beach.
Yes.
Called the Secret Beach.
Nobody was there.
Nope. This is where he was going to murder us.
Yep.
Yeah. After showing us an amazing day.
Yes.
It was a nice last day.
Maybe not murder us, but definitely rob us.
Yeah.
But maybe he started talking to your mom and
Realized we didn't have anything. The Secret Beach, my point is, it's no longer secret. In fact, they have a big sign there now. This big orange sign.
It's
That
called
says
Secret Beach.
Yeah. And it's become like this place for Instagram influencers to take photos.
Yes. Where was Instagram 9 years ago?
We took the worst family photos of our life
my
on the
gosh.
Secret Beach.
I know.
We will not be sharing those on our Instagram page.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
No, they have been deleted from everything. It's 7 miles north of like where we were. And it's just clear water. And
Clear white sand.
peaceful.
Those huge shells. What are they? Conch
Yeah.
shells. We actually
We have
took
one.
one home.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can do that anymore.
Cool. Come on, government.
But yeah, I mean, just the most picturesque
Yeah.
beach that you can think of.
I didn't realize you could actually get to the Secret Beach by golf cart.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Now, the jet ski or boat is an easier way, but it takes about 45 minutes each way. It's a bumpy ride, but you can drive to the Secret Beach.
Oh.
Again, not secret anymore.
Not
Ask
secret,
someone, they'll
but I
tell
would
you.
definitely go. It is beautiful.
But if you go early, you can like paddleboard. I guess they have like a dive shop there, like where you can rent paddleboards also. The other thing we did was drink.
And eat. Oh my gosh,
And eat.
so much ceviche.
Yes. Red snapper ceviche.
Oh, so good.
Do you remember that place we went to? There was a place called Pineapples. It was on the beach at Roman's Village Resort, so it was like next to us. And we cooked steak on hot stones.
Yes.
That was cool.
That was super cool. And then next door, there was this guy who just had this teeny tiny shack bar that he opened up fresh coconuts.
Yes. And they're amazing. If you've never had like a coconut out of... We drank juice out of a Ziploc.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're
We
when in
were
Rome,
local style.
Yeah, we did. We did go to a nice restaurant. I think it was just you and I. We went on a date night. It was called the French Touch,
Ooh.
and so you could go there. The best bar in town is Wahoo's Lounge.
Oh, yeah. You got to go there.
Wahoo's Lounge is like where all the people who live there now, who like moved from the States, go to. They're all just dive bums.
Yep.
And on, I think it's Thursday nights, they do the chicken drop.
Yep.
Where you buy a square on the floor
Yep.
of the bar.
It's a number.
It's a number. And then they put a chicken out there. And wherever the chicken poops, you win
That's
the
who
money.
wins.
It's like a
Yes.
raffle. And it is like the best
So
thing.
fun.
Yeah.
So fun. I know. And people that go there know this place. I mean, it's famous.
The place that we had the most ceviche at was the Palapa Bar and Grill. It was right off the pier. And that's like where I think we ate there daily.
Yep.
It was a lot.
Yep.
Were we there for Thanksgiving?
We were there for Thanksgiving.
Maybe that's why we went to the French Touch.
Oh, yeah.
Probably. Something like that. And then also in town, you can like ride those golf carts. If you've ever been to Catalina Island, it's very similar.
It is.
Yeah.
Small feel.
Would you go back?
You know what? I would go back. I would do it a little bit different. Like, I would try not to stay in Belize City.
We would land and continue on.
Land and continue, even
Yeah.
though it just makes for a super long day, but
Yeah.
still. But yeah.
I would. There's this ferry called, I can't think of the name of the ferry, but there's actually another island that we didn't get to called Caye Caulker.
Oh,
And it's just a quick ferry ride from San Pedro, and it's like way more laid back, and There's like some boutique stores. I would have liked to have gone
there
just to explore
right.
a little bit more.
And if we ever do get into diving.
Oh, yeah.
I mean.
Will we ever get into diving?
Probably not.
Okay. But if so, the Great Blue Hole.
Or if I ever get into taking helicopters, that would be fun.
Sure.
I mean, for the Instagram.
Well, obviously. We need to go back to the secret beach for Instagram.
And back to the secret beach.
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact, speaking of Instagram, if you haven't followed us, please do so.
Do it.
Yeah. We actually have some really cool trips we're planning on going on.
Yes.
Like soon.
Mm-hmm.
And we won't talk about them until season 2.
Yep.
But we will be sharing them on Instagram.
Yeah.
A little tease. So
a French tickler, if you will.
It's the French touch.
French touch.
Oh my God. How did you drink so much Stag Sleep so fast?
You chat a lot. I don't know.
If you don't mind rating, reviewing, subscribing, telling a friend about our podcast. Apple, you can review us. Spotify, you can just play it. Mm-hmm. And then once you play it once, just turn the volume down, play it again.
And then just play it again when you're not even close to your phone.
And then, like when you leave for the day, you can tell just Alexa to play Our Savings Starts Tomorrow.
Yeah.
When you go, and then the dogs. Dogs love us.
Our voice is so soothing.
And again, if you're going to follow us on Instagram, our handle is Our Savings Starts